guest here, Berlin Raceway 52nd anniversary celebration. 52 years, the Berlin Raceway in Marne, Michigan. First 50 years by the Meislowitz family. Chester, Chuck, and Dick. And the Whitecaps have been running the track for the past 2 years, 2001 and 2002. 52 years celebrating tonight, Berlin Raceway.
And now tonight, the Grand Marshals, and I've got to ask your name. I've only got Hunter and Reed on here. Your name is Lisa, Ann, Hunter, and Reed Jelinski. Is that how you pronounce your name? All right, how about it, Hunter and Reed Jelinski? They are tonight's Grand Marshals, and they're going to need some help. Are you ready? Do you know what to say? Did Dave help you? Okay, what are those words that we want to hear these guys in these race cars want to do?
Prime Checks Video welcomes you to Berlin Raceway, week number 12. 52nd anniversary celebration on hand. VRO Vintage Modified special attraction tonight. Late models, super stocks, and Sportsman plus fireworks later on. Prime Checks Video since 1993. Capturing all sorts of races for you. 15 different crash tapes available now. Right around 9,000 on hand tonight. Sold out crowd here at Berlin Raceway. Set to go. VRO Modified Heat Race number 1.
Right away, go to the customer service area immediately.
VRO Vintage Modifieds Heat number 1. 8 cars set to go for 8 laps. Half mile Berlin Raceway in Marne, Michigan. Coming into action 52nd anniversary night. Here we go. Traffic behind all this for second position. Second, 3 and 74 side by side. Leader right here. Checkered flag of the night for the 77.
The driver is Larry Monahan. Larry Monahan, this is 47.
Vintage Modifieds, heat number 2, 9 Modifieds set to go for this one. Here we go. Full program for you tonight for the 52nd anniversary show. Late models, super stock, sportsman, and the Modifieds brought in as a very special attraction. I believe 17 Modifieds showed up today for this half-mile race. Berlin late model driver number 16, Jack Gooder, in the number 75 there, I believe. On the inside of Becker for third. 3 laps this time by. White flag this time. Checkered flag for 75 Gooder. Well, still a line of cars waiting to get in here as we're having a test to our emergency services here. Somebody experiencing a medical problem of some nature, so the paramedics have been called in. Like PMS, thanks to them, nice and close, hopefully. Back up still all the way through Mar, and it's right around 7:30. Sold out crowd here tonight. Sportsman heat race number 1, next on the agenda.
The Noir Brothers applying JS Tire. Northern Country Builders is Kurt Meisner. Kurt Meisner in the 89. In the next draw, 71.
To go with Sportsman heat race number 1. Fast qualifier for the Sportsman cars today. 55, Chris Anthony. Good job, Chris. Super stocks, it was the number 9, Jeff Hennep. Freddie Campbell, the 47 car for late models. Sportsman heat race number 1, 10, Jay Gibson, 89, Kirk Meisner. Here we go with this one. Up trouble, Walters goes around. Schaefer in the number 8, Chuck, and 31, Mike Bursley. Also in that one. Make sure these guys respond to the caution light, and it appears they do. So caution number 1 of probably many for the night. It's very warm and humid, overcast, 84 degrees the high today. 81 degrees right now, very warm and humid once again. Steve Walters, the number 12 up there, corner number 2. There will be a 10-minute time limit on each of these heat races tonight due to the weather that might be coming into us. Rain a possibility later. thunder on the track right now as we get a restart with the Sportsman Heat Race number 1. Kirk Meisner, the 89, edges out front of number 10, Gibson. Mike Ruth, the number 9 on the outside. Paul Schaefer, the 8. No fall back. Fast qualifier Anthony in the 55 towards the back of the pack. Ray Millen nice and high up against the wall, almost causes a wreck. Chris Anthony to the inside of Paul Schaefer. That's not going to work. Kirk Meisner, the leader of this one. Jay Gibson second. James Haney third, and the 13 truck. Here's the battle for fourth. Vandermolen and Millen. James Haney to the inside of Jay Gibson for second. Walters and Schaefer side by side. This is for 6th position. Anthony will slide the inside. Now the inside of Schaefer. Five laps are in. Kirk Meisner, car number 89, your leader. Ray Millen to the inside of Jay Gibson for third. Anthony, Dan Vandermolen, a little contact. Vandermolen will almost go around. Nice save. Anthony will slow right down. Vandermolen. Willpower quits for now, looks like. White flag is out. Kirk Meisner, James Haney. Ray Millen, 1, 2, 3. Kirk Meisner for the checkered flag. Meisner right there, wife of Kirk Meisner, also tapes for Prime Tracks Video. Celebrating the win with husband Kirk. Right there, Sue Meisner, tapes for Prime Tracks Video in turn 1. Sportsman Heat number 2 set to go. 12, Phil Green. 20, Dave Hull. Chase Sturkin, McIntosh, Smith, Bachheim, Van Dyke, Root, and Lake in this one. 10 cars for 8 laps, 10 minutes, whichever comes first. Here we go. Bruce Chase, Phil Green. Tough battle there for the lead. Lake the 55, Jason Smith the 88, some contact. Smith almost goes around. Bachheim tried the inside on McIntosh, not enough room. Here comes Van Dyke flying up to Sturk. Good battle up front. Phil Green, the number 12, flying away with this one, at least a car and a half length over second place. Bruce Chase. The battle for third, Bachheim and McIntosh side by side. Scott Root to the inside, Jerry Bachheim. That's going to not work out. McIntosh will go around the 23 truck. Here's everybody missed Andrew McIntosh. Caution comes out, lap number 3 of this one. Max Green this time by, and they're really bumping already. Just 3 laps in this one. 3 laps in, and they're racing like it's 10,000 to win. It's the best kind of racing there is, though, if you ask me. Might as well race. Scott Root tries the inside of Bruce Chase. Contact again. V10 truck has either initiated or been involved with contact, which created a big old crash. It appears nothing major though. Everybody should be able to continue. As Jeff Sturk, the number 9, drives away. I'd like to welcome all the groups here tonight, especially the UAW on hand tonight. 52nd anniversary celebration for Berlin Raceway. UAW, big crowd on hand tonight. Back to green, Lee Van Dyke right away to the inside of Phil Green. This is for the lead. Lee Van Dyke, Phil Green, side by side for the lead. Caution flag is out, so Phil Green will get his lead back. We always go back to the last completed lap when the yellow flag or red flag comes out. Possibly some debris over in turn 3, the reason for the yellow. Back to green, here we go. Phil Green, Lee Van Dyke, Terry Buckheim. Top 3 in this one. 3 laps to ring, 5 to go. Van Dyke and Green, some contact. Look out on the backstretch. Everybody able to make it through. We'll see how they call that one with their spinner spinny rule. 3 laps and Lee Van Dyke calls it quits. Here we go again on lap number 3. After several cautions now, 3 laps, 3 cautions. Terry Buckheim, the 6 truck, your leader. Dave Blake, the 55, second. Dave Hull, the 20 car, third. Buckheim goes high, look out. Jerry Buckheim, some frontal region damage on that one. Dave Blake, your leader. Tries the inside of Terry Buckheim. Here comes Jason Smith in the 88. Terry Buckheim, all sorts of trouble with that one. Smith's going to make it 3 wide. Jason Smith, the 88. To the inside of Hull, now to the inside of Buckheim for second. Dave Lake, your leader in the 55, white flag coming at you this time by for Dave Lake. Dave Lake, the 55, your winner. Sportsman heat race number 2. Super stock heat race number 1 set to go. 23 super stocks on hand tonight, the largest field in over a year. 42 sportsmen, and we'll figure out how many late models are here. Somewhere right around 33. Welcome back to 22, Jeff Terrell. To tonight's racing action. 22 truck, first time with us this year, first time in a couple years, the 22 of Jeff Terrell. Super stock heat race number 1, set to go just a moment. Bob Mars right there with the Berlin Raceway official on his back. Bob Mars, the Director of Operations here at Berlin Raceway. Race Day Director, Bob Mars. Super stock heat race number 1 set to go. We're having a difficulty getting these cars lined up. It is starting to sprinkle just a little bit. Here we go with this one. Stock Heat Race number 1. Steve Sunday, 29, your leader. Paul McGraw, welcome back, Paul McGraw. The 78 car runs second. Fred Brinker and Chris Meiskin side by side for 4th. Raindrops are starting to get more severe. Good battle here for a second. Warren Speed to the inside of Paul McGraw. Here comes Fred Brinker now. Paul McGraw on 78 off the pace a little bit there. Could be trouble with that one. Fast qualifier Jeff Hennep around Otterbody, the 51 car. 3 laps are in. Your leader, Steve Sunday. David Fretz, the 22 car, enters the pits. Obvious trouble with that car. 19 car just came out on the track. Not sure who 19 is. New driver, just so appears. Meiskins to the inside of Brinker. This is for 3rd. Chris Meiskins on the inside of Fred Brinker. This is for 3rd. Down the back stretch they go. Meiskins will get around Brinker. He'll pick up 3rd. Steve Sunday, Warren Speed, 1 and 2. White flag is out on this one. Sunday Speed, Meiskins, 1, 2, 3. Meiskins tries the inside of Speed now for 2nd. Steve Sunday, Victory Lane, picking up Superstock Heat Race number 1. Superstock Heat Race number 2, set to go. 11 cars in this one. Dan Gunevel, Matt Pierce for the front row of this one. Dan Gunevel is going to go around in 36. Around the round she goes. Where she stops, only he will know. Supposed to go green flag racing this time, and it appears they're already racing right now. Gunevel and Pierce with the front row on a restart. Superstock Heat Race number 2. Here we go. Welcome back, Ross Houston, the 32 car, had 2 weeks suspension. He was back. Trouble in 2, Ross Houston, and the 42 of Matt Pierce will go around also in this one. All sorts of action early in this one. Once again, Ross Houston, the 32 car. 2 weeks off suspension due to confrontation in the pits with one of his crew members. The crew member was suspended for the rest of the year. Ross got 2 weeks off. He is back tonight, the 32 car. Matt Pierce, by 42, comes up against Ross Houston and shows his lack of appreciation for that racing incident. Few raindrops starting to fall now, a little more severe than the last one. A lot of heat in the track, hoping this will not cause any delays. Ross Epping, your leader in the 3 car, Matt Keltner, Jim Idema follow. Here we go. 1 lap is in, Superstock Heat 2. Matt Keltner on the outside of Ross Epping, this is for the lead. inside now, Ross Epping. Ross will block him, maintain the lead. Epping, Keltner, Idema, 1, 2, 3, halfway this time, 4 in, 4 to go. Big raindrops now. Caution is out. Big raindrops falling.
All day long, it's just a sporadic cloud, as you can see it out there. A lot of blue coming over us.
Well, after about a 15-minute rain shower, we are set to go back to racing. Track drying operation is now complete. Superstock heat number 2 will resume in just a couple more laps. 3 laps are in, 5 laps to go this one. Ross Epping, Matt Keltner, Jim Idema, 1, 2, 3. White flag is out. Back to green this time by Ross Epping. The leader, here we go. Smith on the inside of Gurneveld. The battle for 5th. John Smith challenges Jerry Gurneveld. Keltner, Idema, 1, 2, 3, 6 laps this time by. White flag for Ross Epping. Inside of Aronson for 4th. Ross Epping will win the race as John Aronson taps the wall a little bit. Epping, number 3, picking up the checkered flag for Superstock Heat Race number 2. Late model last chance coming at you next. Ross's wife Denise right there. 28 late models start the AA feature. 24 will make the starting grid through qualifying, and 4 of these will make up the final 4 spots for 28 cars. These are cars 25th qualifiers on bet. Late model last chance race coming at you next. 11 cars set to go. Top 4 out of this move on to the A feature. 74 Paul Namey, 7 Alan Fricke, X Marty Crawford, 37 Terry Seneker, 15 next. So on down the line. 11 cars set to go. Bad start. We should have a restart. 32 is Ziegler, 99 Masaki, 35 Anderson, 67 I believe Ernest Law, 30 is Clay, and one more the 77 car, not sure who that is. 74, Paul Namey, your leader. Turn 4, nice job saving that. Caleb Masaki, the 99 car, moves up. already the challenge in that position. This is for 6th position. Paul Namey, the 74, your leader after 5 laps. That's 9 laps. Alan Turkey, second. Good battle here for 6th. Still between Clay and Masaki. Maybe the 74 tries to get around the lap car of 77. Timmy Taylor. Paul Namey, Alan Fricky, Terry Seneca, Marty Crawford, and Doc Ford. Paul Namey, the winner of the late model last chance race. Well, more rain here, so we will take another break as we try to dry off the track. As we are supposed to be starting our features, we've canceled the rest of the heat races and we're going to go right into our features. But the rains are falling again, so we'll have to dry the track off again. After a 45-minute rain delay, we are set to go. 45 minutes. Rain for about 20 minutes, and the rest of the track drying operation got it dried off thanks to all the drivers, safety members, wreckers, ambulance, and everybody else who helped dry the track off. Vintage Modified feature set to go. A lot of weather to our south. Allegan County, a tornado warning. Big storms down in the US 131 dragway there in Martin. Tornado warning down there. Apparently nothing more for here though. All the rain has left the area. And we should be good to go to get the rest of the program in. Set to go with our VRO feature event. Here we go, first feature event of the night, VRO feature. for the lead. There may have brushed the wall a little bit. Battle for the 5th position right here. After 5 laps. Is out for the first time in this one. 25 spins around the front stretch. 10 laps completed for our VRO modified feature. Tom Borsma, your leader in the 82. Jack Ritter, the 75, runs second. Green flag's out. Ritter on the inside for the lead. Is out, 23 spins her out on the front stretch. 12 laps are in, Borsma, Gritter, 1 and 2, here we go. 22. Becker runs 5th right now. Spin out again between 1 and 2. Caution will be out again. Six laps to go in this one. 20 laps scheduled. We have 14 laps in. Borsman, Critter, 1 and 2. For 4th, Mike Becker gets around, picks up 4th. Mike Becker for 3rd. Will be out this time by just 1 more lap to go. Borsman the leader, Twitter runs 2nd. One more time around for Tom Borsman. Tom Borsma picking up the feature win. Sportsman A feature coming up next.
Sportsman feature on deck. The 12th car. That's Steve Walters. Steve Walters at the 12.
Set to go, Sportsman feature, 12 Walters, 88 Smith, 86 Malin, 6 Bachon, 8 Schaefer, 24 Van Dyke, 9 Mike Root, 15 Scott Root, 31 Bursley, 55 Lake, 55 Anthony, 23 McIntosh, Haney, Sturkin, Vandermolen, Chase, Meisner, Hull, Gibson, Green, Shotko, and Matthews in this one. 22 cars, 25 laps. Bruce Chase goes around to 52. Caution is out. Gibson runs into him. Making sure everybody slows down over here. Caution out for the first time in this one. Safety truck pulls away. Both cars able to continue. Gibson and Chase. Set to go, race start, Sportsman feature. Bruce Chase comes out of the pits and spins right out on the grass down here. Look out, we're supposed to go green, car right in the way. Holy cow, what a major crash. Well over half the field taken out. Bruce Chase pulls out of the pits. Everybody crashes. Paul Schaefer, Scott Root, Jay Gibson, Ray Malin, Mike Root, Lee Van Dyke, Dave Lake, Dave Hull, Sturkin, Bursley, Meisner, McIntosh, Haney, Green, Doshad. Maybe not Doshad, rather, but several people involved. Major crash. Several people walking over turn 4 asking why that car was sent out. Plot the damage to these cars. Cars, increased tempers. Not good. Dave Lake's 55. Steve Walters number 12 and Mike Bursley's 31.
Mikey, how's your left rear?
Andrew McIntosh 23, Mike Bursley 31, hooked together quite severely here. Blue car, Chef Sturkin, 12 or the 13 truck yellow, James Haney. Here's Phil Green, number 12, very badly damaged. Craig Matthews, 31 car, able to drive away. Mike Bursley, 31, able to drive his away, as well as Nick Sacco in the 15 truck. Andrew McIntosh, 23, truck, trying to drive his away. Dan Vandermolen, 71, first checkered flag ever last week for the B feature. His car being hauled away. 13 truck of James Haney going to try to back it up here. Just received word that we have canceled this race. The Sportsman A feature canceled for tonight, and it will be run next week due to the major crash we've had. Many cars taken out. We will run this one next week. Phil Green by his number 12. Late Model B feature. These are some of the cars that did not make it into the A feature. 15, Brian Maxim. 32, Troy Ziegler. 99, Caleb Asaki. 35, Kyle Anderson. And the 77 car. Here we go. 8 laps. Late Model B feature. Asaki and Ziegler a little bumping around there for a second. Brian Maxim, number 15, won this race 2 weeks ago. Late models and super stocks did not run last week. It was just Sportsman and the ARCA 200, which is not available. Sportsman race is, but the ARCA is not. Brian Maxim, Caleb Asaki, 1 and 2. Kyle Anderson, Ziegler in 4th. Anderson in 3rd. 3 laps this time. Superstock feature next on tap. That'll be a good one. 23 cars, the largest field in well over an entire year. Watching 3rd place, Kyle Anderson, 35. Masaki closing the gap on the leader, Brian Maxim. Not by much, but every lap he does get a little bit closer. checkered flag will fall. Hopefully for Brian Maxim. Maxim, Masaki, Anderson, Ziegler, the top four in this one. Checkered flag coming out for Brian Maxim. Set to go now with our Super Stock feature, 20. How about 30 laps scheduled? 77, John Smith, 22. Welcome back, Jeff Terrell. 97, Matt Kautner. White flag is out. 26, Chris Meiskens. 98, Bob List. 8, Billy Epping. 33, Jared Goodeveld. 55, Scott Otterbot. X is Clay. 9, Fast Qualifier. Hennep. 51, Jewett. 32, Musin. 75, Speed. 14, Aronson. 78, McGraw. 3, Epping. Brinker Idema, Sunday. Mearsma following this one. Here we go. Also have Fretz, the other Goodeveld, his cousin Dan. And I'm not sure who's in the black car in the back. Jeff Terrell side by side with John Smith for the lead. Jeff Terrell out front with the lead. Hennep and Musin, a little contact. 3 wide here, Epping, Jewett, and Speed. Almost spun out. Good job. Very good save. Matt Kautner coming up to Jeff Terrell looking for the lead. Matt Kautner, Chris Meiskens, 1, 2, 3. Goodeveld tries the inside of Epping. Well, that won't work. Kautner the inside of Terrell. Lap car in the way. Look out. Lap car right in the way there. Terrell will take the high side. Kautner will have to fall back single file. Car in the way again. This will be interesting. Several cars coming in the picture. Put that off front. Kautner on the outside. Meiskens on the inside. Chris Meiskens takes over the lead. Good 3 wide battle. Kautner to the outside of Meiskens for the lead. Ross Musin to the inside, Jeff Hennep on the outside. Chris Meiskens, the 26 car, looking for future win number 1 in the Super Stocks. Matt Kautner second, Jeff Terrell third. Jerry Goodeveld to the inside of Bob List, that's for 4th. Laps this time by. Careful. Oh, Ross Epping hard in the front end of Greg Jewett. Nowhere to go for Ross Epping. Warren Speed, 76, spun out. Greg Jewett. Right and miss, we got crossed up, and Ross Epping nowhere to go. An extensive delay to clean up the fluid in turn 1 and 2 from Jewett and Epping. We are set to go back to green. 20-minute delay, back to green, lap number 11, here we go. Back counter up on the high side of Chris Meiskens for the lead. Oh, contact, look out. Right over, a car goes, I believe, Aronson in the 14. Several cars crashed up again, yellow flag out again. John Aronson, Steve Sunday, Matt Keltner was the one that was spun out. Fred Brinker and Jim Idema down there this time. 30-minute time limit on this race per the officials. We have 11 laps in, that leaves 5 minutes to go in this one. 19 laps or 5 minutes, whichever comes first. Chris Meiskens, Matt Keltner was second, now Jeff Terrell second. Matt Keltner, 97, is supposed to go to the back. We'll see if he goes to the back. There's still 6 cars left between him and the tail of the field. Chris Meiskens, Jeff Terrell, Bob Bliss, Jerry Grunewald, Jeff Hennick, your top 5. Here we go. Top side of Bob Bliss, that's for third. Chris Meiskens, Jeff Terrell, Jerry Grunewald, top 3, 14 laps this time. Grunewald to the inside of Terrell, this is for second. Jerry Grunewald inside of Jeff Terrell, side by side for second. Ross Newson, fourth, looks for third. Newson and Terrell side by side for third. Jeff Hennick has a lucky break there. Father-son take each other out. Ross Epping and Billy Epping together in the wall. Turn 3, this will end the race. Checker flag will come out. There's only a minute and some seconds left, so Chris Meiskens picks up the race. Jerry Grunewald will be second. Ross Newson third, according to the scoreboard. Chris Meiskens up and out of the car, feature win number 1 for that driver. Congratulations, Chris. Thanks for picking up the tapes each and every week.
Going at a nice trophy tonight, Chris. 4-1, we've been talking about this. You predicted that. Yeah, we're being a little sarcastic. Giving Brian a little grief to give you an interview. So I was being a little sarcastic, but once I stuck in 3 wide, I was good. There it was. You put it out front, you had the time limit kind of helped you, but sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Tonight you had a little bit of both going for you. I said it on Tuesday night radio show, I may need a little help. And that's what it did. Congratulations to all Meisken crew as they pull this win off.
Chris Meiskens celebrates. Nice feature win. Called after 16 laps due to the lengthy time that it took to finish this one. Ambulance has been called over to turn 4 to pay attention to one or the other or both, Billy or Ross Epping. got the stretcher out. Looks like they will be taking Billy Epic into the hospital for observation. Not sure what the complaint is, but they have the stretcher over there by Billy Epic's number 8. This will continue the red flag for quite a while. Let's hope Billy is okay. That was quite a hard hit into the wall. There you can see Ross Epic with the black stripe on his back, walking around the front of the car. He apparently is okay. Attention now to Billy Epic. Let's hope he is okay. Well, apparently Billy Epic in and out of consciousness. Apparently he's doing better now, but he will be taken to the hospital for observation. White flag out this time by for our final event of the night. Late model A feature, the Sportsman B feature postponed until next week. 101, Joe Bush, 28, Scott Thomas. We go 52 laps tonight. 52 laps. 88 Sweeney's Hawk lost, 1 Sweet, 1 Weir's 122 Campbell. 28 cars strong, here we go. Out, not a good start at all. They were too strung out. We will realign them up and restart them. Uh-oh, sparks from the 18 of Keith Herb. Not good. I'll pick up where we left off. 22, Brian Campbell. 79, Jake Myroning. 11, Leroy McGoon. 82, Tom Thomas. 47 for the Campbell, 88, Tim Yonker. 161, Lee Anderson. 76, Brian Tillerman. 55, Joe Mazie. 98, Bob Curry. 94, Greg Usher. 16, Jack Greer. 33, Dave Stayhauer. 11, John Brecker. 7, Clark Farmer. 97, Doug Vanderwood. 27, Billy Shacko. 7, Alan Perkey. 74, Paul Namey. 37, Terry Seneca. Next, Marty Crawford. Pace car pulls off. 28 cars, 52 laps. Joe Bush, Scott Thomas, the front row. Here we go. Joe Bush, 101, your leader Keith Herb comes back out, but going very slow on the front stretch. Tim DeVos tries the outside of Joe Bush, side by side for the lead. Contact. No caution yet for Keith Herb, stuck down the inside, turn 1. Keith Herb stuck down there, no yellow. Working the yellow, we've had 10 caution laps so far. Randy Sweet in the pits, back out. He was running up towards the front. Now he will start way in the back. White flag now coming out. And now Randy Sweet goes up. Tries to get a few spots. When you go in the pits, you must restart in the rear. That's what they're trying to tell him. Sweet will try to get somewhere of a spot back. Jim DeVos, Joe Bush, Scott Thomas, 1, 2, 3, 4 laps are in green flag. flag out for Randy Sweet, apparently. Brake check, look out. Joe Bosch 1 and 2, 6 laps this time by Scott Thomas 3rd, Brian Wiersma 4th, 5th, Jake Myron. Scott Thomas trouble with that car, he loses a little bit of ground there. Jake Myron will try the inside, not going to happen, not enough room. The inside of the boss. Not enough room. 10 laps are in. Brian Camp on the inside of Myron. Slows down a little bit. Scott Thomas 4th, the 28 car, 5th. Brother Tom Thomas 4th and 5th. Leroy McCoach to the inside of Tim Norton. Thomas is side by side for 4th. Tom Thomas around Scott Thomas for 4th. Brian Campbell looks around Scott Thomas for 5th. Lightning in the south, possible storm moving. 17 laps are in. Tim DeVos early now. Look at that on here. Front of Cat now the inside of Scott Thomas. Tim DeVos, Joe Bush, Brian Wiersma. There's a lap car, might not be. Here we go. Trying to pick off a few on the inside of Brian Wiersma now. How about Brian Tillum on the 76? I'm sorry about that. Brian Tillum around Scott Thomas. Here comes the Randy. 21 laps are in front of Campbell, the inside of Tim Norton. Running Campbell around. Tom Thomas to the outside of Brian Wiersma. Lee Anderson tries to get inside of Tim Norton. Joe Bush, 1 and 2. 29 laps, half incomplete. back and forth so much, all sorts of action going on. Tim DeVos here, leader, tries to get around Billy Shotko. Shotko will cut right now. That'll give Joe Bush an advantage. Bush tries the inside, that won't happen there. Joe Bush on the inside, and your leader, Tim DeVos. Shotko right the way. Trying to get around Paul. Lap 40 this time by. We're going 52 laps, right? Swing to the inside of Myron Inc. Here comes Tim DeVos. Off the pace between turn 24. Joe Bush got around. Joe Bush, your new leader. 43 laps this time. Loses some ground there, almost hit by Yonker. Joe Bush to the inside of Terry Seneca, trying to put Terry a lap down. 48 laps, 4 laps to go. Joe Bush, Tim DeVos, Tom Thomas. 1, 2, 3. Joe Bush, your leader, Terry Seneca, lap car. Third place, Tim DeVos. Rather, second place, sorry about that, Tim DeVos. Third place. Tom Thomas, the remaining 2 cars. 82, Tom Thomas, third. Shot go to the inside of Scott Thomas. White flag is out. Joe Bush looking for his first feature win of the year. Victory lane will find Joe Bush. Joe Bush. Lights are already going off. We got fireworks coming up. Will not be on tape tonight. Normally we try to get you that. The time this is taking to get this show in, we will not be able to get you that tonight. Maybe a little bit of it. Not the entire show. Joe Bush undoing the straps. He'll be jumping out here in just a moment. Through down there. Congratulating Joe Bush.
And your wife Lorraine is listening at home.
Yes, I want to say hello for a whole bunch and it's really awesome.
Joe Bush's fireworks go off in the background. The Crown Motors 101 in victory lane.
That'll do it for tonight. For Prime Tracks Video, we'll see you next time.
Victory lane, ladies and gentlemen. How about one more round of applause for Joe Bush?